Here out of Indonesia as environment officials from the Group of 20 gathered in Bali on Wednesday for talks to spur global climate action and other issues that have worsened due to the war in Ukraine.
It seems like this week is going to be a very much environmental talks in Bali. Now, the Indonesian Environment and Forestry Minister Siti Nurbaya expected the meeting to phase or reach a joint agreement with three priority issues, including sustainable recovery, land-based and ocean-based climate action, as well as resource mobilization, as efforts to actualize the Paris Agreement, the first universal, legally binding commitment on climate change.
She opened the meeting on Wednesday by encouraging her foreign counterparts to safeguard multilateral environmental issues and to actualize it and to effectively coordinate efforts to tackle global challenges.
Indonesia, as the holder of this year's G20 presidency, ratified the Paris Agreement in law in 2016. The country is committed to reducing emissions by 41% with international assistance by 2030 or by 29% independently, as stipulated in its nationally determined contribution or NDC. War in Ukraine continues to overshadow Wednesday's talks as countries face its global environment impacts.
Italy's special envoy for climate change, Alessandro Modiano, in his speech said the grave consequences that war is having on the environment, on food and energy security, and the pandemic recovery efforts, as well as on pursuing the sustainable development goals. Members of the G20 account for about 80% of the world's economic output, two-thirds of the world's populations, and an estimated 80% of global greenhouse gas emissions.
Environmental multilateralism is the only mechanism where all countries, regardless of their size and wealth, stand on equal footing and equal treatment. The voices of all countries, North and South, developed and developing, must be heard.
Please allow me to reiterate that the Italian government continues to condemn the Russian aggression against Ukraine. I would also like to stress that the grave consequences that war is having on the environment, on food and energy security, on our pandemic recovery efforts, and on our pursuit of sustainable development goals. I must therefore stress that my government considers crucial to have in this final text a clear language that reflects the unjustifiable and unprovoked Russia war of aggression.